I've been attempting to wake up every day between like 10 and 11. Not early. Hey Vanity Fair, this is Dove Cameron coming to you live from my home in Los Angeles, and this is everything that I do in a day. My days when I'm not in quarantine are really varied. I have the kind of job where sometimes I have one thing to do and it's like a meeting across town. And some days I have 9 things that are completely back to back. Some days you don't work for like 3 or 4 days. And then there are times when you work every day for 9 months doing like 16-hour days. When I'm on set, my days are pretty regimented. I like to wake up, shower in the morning, every morning, and feel fresh and good. Get a coffee so that I can have it on the ride to work. Usually just throw on sweats or whatever's nearby because you're gonna be wearing another character's clothes in an hour or 2 anyway. I spend around 2 hours in hair and makeup, and I have my breakfast while I'm there and my coffee, and I'll have like these little under eye patches, usually start in hair. And then I'll go get dressed and I'll ride to set. And then when you're on set, you're kind of on set. There's nothing really to be doing. So I'll usually bring a book or my journal and my headphones. But I love to talk to my castmates and things like that. And then over lunch, I set that time aside to be doing me time. I'll either take a nap or I'll watch a show on Netflix, or I'll read, or I'll journal, just so I can feel some kind of private time. Right now, I am at home, like most of us hopefully are. And my routine, if I'm not on set or doing something that relocates me, my at-home life is pretty much the same. The alarm will go off and I'll snooze it for a good half an hour. And then if I have something I'm particularly waking up for, I can pretty easily roll out of bed and go straight to like the living room and start my life. But if I don't, then I will check my phone. I'm a firm believer that like we as human beings are not meant to be as involved in everybody else's lives as we are, and I feel like we're meant to really focus on ourselves more. On the days where I do, I'll stay in bed for like 5 minutes, mostly check my emails and things like that, but I will check Instagram. It's funny, I'm such a big skincare person, but I'll probably go straight to the living room and I'll start my day with a big, massive jug of water, either like a liter of water if I'm being really crazy, or I have this reusable Starbucks cup. There's something about if you have caffeine before your natural like body energy is created, then it like f***s up your cycles and it just makes you more tired throughout the day. So these days I try to do that. I try to have like a ton of water. I'm a big supplement person, so I'll have like a lot of supplements that are like take these on an empty stomach, and I'll start my day like that. And then I'll go make breakfast around 11, maybe 11:30. I'm the breakfast person during quarantine. We divvied up the meals, so I do breakfast and lunch because they're easier, and then he does like a big dinner, he being Thomas. He's over there somewhere. I'll make something like brown rice cakes with avocado. I'll like mash up some avocado, put salt and pepper and like chili pepper flakes, and then I'll put either some smoked salmon or I'll fry up an egg or something like that. I have to start my day with something really salty. I think I must have a salt deficiency or something. Then I'll have my coffee, and then after that I'll have the rest of my supplements that are take these on a full stomach supplements. I take a number of supplements. I take collagen supplements, omega-6 fatty acid fish oil pills. I'll do something immune boosting, like a B6 or a B12, just like, you know, stuff to like feel my best. And then I'll take vitamin E because that's really good for your skin, your bones, and your joints and things like that. I'm a big like oil person. I'm big at keeping my body oily, as sexy as that sounds. After I've allowed myself kind of like an hour to wake up, because I'm really sensitive, so I need my like protected hour before I like begin my day. Probably around 11:30, I'll sit down in the living room. I can't keep lists on my phone because if I do, I feel like it just leaves my brain. So I'll go to the lists on my phone with this massive list of things that like I have to do by this day, or you know, work that I have to get done, or contracts I have to sign, or scripts I have to read, and lately Thomas has been trying to get me to do like specific times because I get really overwhelmed really easily. So he's like, if you just block it out at specific times, then you'll feel more chilled. And then I'll start my work, which is a lot of the time it's maybe like a video for an outlet, or the other day we did a spread for a magazine. We shot that at home. or I'll have a self-tape audition for a role, or I have to do something promotional for music. There's lots of things. Probably after I've done a few things like that, that's when I'll like remember that I have to take care of my skin. So around like 12:30 or 1 even, kind of after I've given myself a chance to wake up, I'll go to my bathroom and I'll wash my face with this unbelievable, I'll never stop talking about how great it is, Shui Mora oil cleanser. It's this anti-oxy oil-based purifying cleanser, and it's in like this big green bottle. I've not used anything else for like 2 years now. I do a serum, and I kind of change out my serums the most. I'm using this Clarins 2-in-1. I've never used Clarins before, but it's a really great serum. It's like this amber colored serum. And then I will use a Barbara Sturm serum, which is great. I love Barbara Sturm products. I'll give myself a second to brush my teeth with, I just got this cute toothbrush. I'm obsessed with toothbrushes. I think it's called Quip. It's super small and really lightweight, and it comes with its own little case, and I'm a major germaphobe, so I was really excited about that. And it's also electric. And I was like, you're for me. Then I'll layer on a bunch of moisturizer and finish off with some vitamin E oil. Just like tap it in, let it live on my face for a while. And around that time, I feel like it's maybe like 2:30 or 3 when I hit a stopping point with getting things done, and I start to feel like I could use another cup of coffee. I love my espresso machine so much, and I didn't use it until this lockdown because I was such a Starbucks person. But I bring you reusable cups often. Now that I can't do that, I've learned the value of having your own espresso machine. The second I learned how to work it, because it looks really scary, I was like, ooh, I'm an adult now, it's official. And then, like I said, I'll start on lunch, which mostly has devolved into just sandwiches. Now I make Thomas these massive, like, triple sandwiches. I'll toast the bread. I'll do 3 slices of bread, and I'll put this stuff on it that he likes. It's called Nando Spicy Mayo. I'll layer it on really thick, and then I'll do turkey or chicken, and then some like Swiss cheese, and then I'll put another piece of bread in the middle, and I'll double layer it with the spicy mayo on either side. And then on the other side I have my produce, and I'll do chopped tomatoes, lettuce, and he really likes jalapenos, so I'll throw jalapenos on there. And so I cut it in diagonals, and that's his lunch every day. And then for my lunch, I feel like I get way less creative. I'll have like a hard-boiled egg and some toast myself, or I'll throw more things on rice cakes or something like that. Sometimes I make myself a PB&J because there's nothing better. After I've made lunch, I'll usually like deliver it to him first. I mean, admittedly, we'll probably watch The Office for a good like 2 or 3 episodes. But in that time, I am still being productive. It's so funny that I give myself this like long list of things that I need to do, but I'm also like highly aware of how toxic productivity culture is. Like I have to be like, okay, in this time, I'm putting my phone away. I'm just gonna watch TV for an hour and a half, or I'm just gonna sit out on the balcony for a little bit and just like chill. And that can mean anything. That just means whatever I want that time to be, and not like what I think I should be doing, but just like, what do I need right now? Do I need to have V8 juice? Guys, I'm a really big fan of V8 juice. I even found my baby journal the other day from like what my parents kept when I was little. And it even says from when I'm like a year and a half old, they're like, we can't get you away from the V8 juice. And it's the same now. When we went on quarantine, I came home and Thomas got me like 7 big like liters of V8 juice. And I was like, I'm set, it's all I need. Lately, Thomas has been playing guitar, so we'll like sit around and I'll kind of like hum along to whatever he's doing. Or I'll organize my photos on my phone, or I'll learn a little bit of French. I've really been wanting to improve my French skills in this time. In the industry, when they say end of day, they mean like 5:30 or 6, and so like whatever you have to turn in that day, which I always feel like I have something to turn in. I'll try to like upload things and get things done before 5:30 or 6. So I don't get in trouble. Being your own content creator is hard, you guys. Shout out to people who like make their own content for a living. It's wild. I've been trying to work out. It's really hard to stay motivated at home, for me at least. I just got an exercise bike. It's a bike, but it's got a desk on it. I'm not quite sure that it's like really gonna do much for me, but at least I can sit on it and like be moving while also doing stuff. So I've done that once. I did that once yesterday, and it's really hard. It kicks my ass because I'm really out of shape. This is the only time that I feel like I really have to be chilled about like being in shape. I mean, there's a pressure as an actor to just sort of be not in any sort of particular shape. It's about being amorphous. It's about being able to be a lot of different people. And so as a sort of like a base level, you're just kind of expected to like be in shape. Sets are demanding. I feel like this is like a really good time for me to be less conscious of that. We usually have dinner around 9 p.m. if I'm being honest, which I would say is really late and is because of quarantine, except it's not. And we always kind of have dinner around that time. I'm really trying to use this time to take care of my hair as well. My hair is fried, you guys. At some point in the day, meander back into the bathroom and either put like a face mask on or like eye patches or something. I'm really using this time to be like the caterpillar to come out of the chrysalis. So a lot of that is like pampering myself, skincare, hair care. That's important to me. I think that the whole conversation about how those things relate to vanity is kind of old. I will spend time communicating to myself that like I matter, how I feel matters, my like, you know, there's so much in that that helps your self-esteem. I'll put oils on my scalp and in my hair, and I'll usually have a bath and do like my full like oil routine and all that stuff, and then I'll emerge in my matching pajamas of the day, which are always matching. I have this weird obsession with pajamas. They make you feel together even when you're at home. I come out like a Grecian goddess and I'm like, I'm ready for my meal. And so then we'll open all the windows. We have these like really nice kind of double door balconies that feel very like you're getting the outdoor experience, but we're up on a really high floor, which has been our only saving grace because we don't leave the house. And then we'll have some dinner. Thomas makes an incredible dinner, maybe like a little glass of wine, but I'm not really a big drinker. I always feel like I want to be like a drinker because it seems nice. Like I feel like I grew up watching my mom have a little glass of wine with dinner and I was always like, oh, it's so classy and it seems like such a ritualistic thing. I just can't get into it. And then we'll snack for a while. We'll have some like popcorn or little candies or things like that after dinner. And then I'll make my tea and we'll head to bed and I'll do my extensive nighttime skincare routine. I've never counted, but I bet my nighttime skincare routine is somewhere from 10 to 20 steps, and I won't bore you with it now. Maybe I'll talk about that eventually when I'm ready. We tuck in probably around midnight, 11:30, 12, something like that. And then we'll stay in bed for like 2 hours or so reading or messing around like on our laptops or something like that, which is really bad. I'm trying to stop doing that because it's bad to have any kind of like blue light activity when you're going to bed, but yeah. So that's everything that I do in a day. Like I said, no 2 days are really ever the same for me, but that's a pretty good rough outline. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay home, and stay kind to yourselves.